Hello. So let us start a new series. In this series, we will learn how to create a simple Canvas app using SharePoint list as our main data source. During this course, we'll also be learning how to create a SharePoint list and how to create a Canvas app and how to use Power Automate to automate few of the work which the Canvas app need to do. And we'll also learn how to use the deep link feature so that if you are sending a reminder email and the person who is receiving the reminder email will click the hyperlink and open this particular Power app, the particular page of that Canvas app, and do some work. So, for the purpose of learning the Power app, that is a Canvas app, let us take a simple use case. Let us take a company called RPA Solutions, and it is having multiple service lines, for example. So they are selling hardwares, they are doing software development, they are doing network services, so many other things they do, and they have multiple sales teams. And every sales team they go through the market and they get orders. And once they receive it, they don't work on the proposal because it needs a lot of technical analysis, estimation, and so many things. And what the sales team does is forwarding this particular request to a dedicated team called pre-sales team who are specialized in doing the estimation and preparing the proposal or quotation and sending it to them. The pre-sales department is having multiple team members, maybe 5 or 6 or 10 team members they have, and the manager of the pre-sales team wants to create a simple application to manage their work and also record the feedback from the customer. In this case, the customer is the sales team members to know that they are able to serve them well and what is the improvement suggestions the customer is asking for. And let us take a simple flow diagram so that we understand it very well. An order is received, and once the order is received, it is forwarded to the pre-sales department, and the pre-sales department, one dedicated member, it may be the manager or some other one of his assistant, will add this data into the SharePoint list and assign it to a team member to work on. And the team member works on the proposal, and once the proposal is prepared, he marks this particular list item as completed. And as soon as he is completing it, we need to have a Power Automate flow. What it does is it sends an email to the requester with all the details about the proposal. In addition to that, there is a link to the page, the survey page, so that the requester can click and open that particular survey page and fill his survey information and submit it. In a happy flow, the requester will open that particular link and he fill his survey details. And if he is doing so, we need to mark that particular item as survey completed and close this particular task item. If they are not able to do it, because the sales guys will be normally busy and they will not be able to find time to do the survey. What the system does, like we are creating a scheduled Power Automate flow, that is, it will run on a periodic interval based on the periodic schedule we decide, and it goes through the list for all the items which are pending feedback, and it also checks whether today is the date when the feedback need to be sent, and if that is the case, it sends the reminder feedback as an email, and then it checks. Supposedly, we have to send only three reminders for one request. It checks if we already sent the third reminder. If it is so, it marks the task as aborted and it closes. So this is what we are going to do in the Power Automate flow. Before we proceed further, let us quickly see a completed version of this simple app so that we understand what we are going to build down the line. Let me just show you the SharePoint list which we are talking about. So I have created a simple SharePoint list called client engagement, and in that there are fields like this. So I have a title field. So this is the name of the engagement which the user will enter as a free text. And then there is a people column to know who the contact person is because it is an internal team. So the sales team also will have an Office 365 account, as well as the pre-sales team also will have a Office 365 account. So this is the contact name of the salesperson who has submitted this particular request. And this is the client name, that is the customer for whom the sales team has taken the order, and what is the client's contact, and what is a client contact phone number, and the start date at which the proposal development is going to commence, and the targeted end date at which the proposal need to be prepared and submitted to the sales team, and what is the service type. So this is a choice column. So if you actually go and look at this particular thing, you have these choices: RFP, RFQ, simple proposal, or feasibility study, or anything else you want, we can add it. Okay. Then there is an engagement value, which is mentioned in US dollar, and what is the current status of the proposal. So at first, when a proposal request has arrived, so it will be in progress status. So once the pre-sales representative has completed the proposal, it will go to the completed, or there are chances that the proposal request can be cancelled too. So then these are all flags. Once a survey form has been submitted, this value will become yes. And when the survey form has been submitted, and what is the current status of the survey, and then there are few optional parameter fields, like how many number of reminders you want to send. By default it is 3, and now this is the count. Every time a reminder is sent by the system, this count will be increased by 1, and the last date at which a reminder has been sent, and what is the frequency at which the reminder need to be sent. Whether it is, now I have made it as 7 days, you can change it to even 5 days or 4 days or daily, depending upon the requirement. So our Power Automate will work based on the parameter value which is defined over here. Okay, then what is the next reminder date? That is next reminder on. So it will, once a reminder is sent, so it will automatically calculate 7 days, because the reminder frequency is 7 days, and it will add a date over here. Then these are all survey related fields. So what is the rating for the timeline? What is the rating for clarity of communication? Then there are a few questions like, was the scope well understood? There is a question on whether the it will be recommended once again, and what is the suggestion for improvement. These are all the things available in the SharePoint list. Now, let us quickly see a demonstration of the app which we are going to build. On the screen, you'll be able to see the app, the developer mode, and if I run this particular app, so it is having a listing screen. If you notice carefully, it has some three tabs. That is, like whenever a proposal is coming, we said like there are three status. First, it is having a status called in progress. Once the team member is completing the preparation of the proposal, is marking it as completed, and there are cases where few of the requests may get cancelled. So in our listing screen, so as soon as you press this particular tab, the record is displayed according to the current status of the proposal task. And if you select one particular record, you notice you have few more buttons appearing in the screen. One is a view screen, another one is the edit screen. If you press the view button, it will open another form in which the details of that particular record is displayed in a read only mode. That is, you will not be able to edit it. And if you press the edit button, the same record is opened in edit mode, so that user can change whatever they want. So we can control it in such a way that if once it is completed, you will not be edited. All those things we can implement. Now, let us see how we will create a new task. That is a task for creating a proposal. If I press the new button, it opens the same form in a new mode where, for example, let us see, I'm going to create proposal for ABX Corporation. I assume there is no company called ABX Corporation. Let us use it. Okay. And the service type, we have a choice. So I'm selecting it as RFQ. And the contact person, it is listing from your Office 365 people's directory. And I select my own name, Mutturaj Subbayan. As soon as I select it, it automatically finds the email ID of the user, as well as if the phone number is available, it will display the phone number too. I have not entered the phone number in my people record, so I can enter it manually too. And let us add a start date. Purposefully, I am putting a predated entry so that we can test it. And for example, let me put the end date as today. Then I'm entering the engagement value. I I say that $25,000, and the current status, since it has just come, I say that it is in progress. And once I submit it, so you see that our new record is already appearing in the screen. So our new record is proposal for ABX Corporation, which is appearing. So if I'm editing it here, I can press, and for example, I say that it is ABX Corporation India and submit. This record is saved over here. So if you look at the client name here, it is ABX Corporation India. So the current status of this particular request is in progress. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it. I completed the proposal, let's assume. I'm going to press edit, and I'm just going to make the change to the status from in progress to completed. And I have saved the record. Now let us see what happens. The system will run the flow, and you will get an email like this. So it will say that we have reached out a request for your feedback, and it will provide all the engagement details, what is the client name, everything, and current status, and it will ask you to provide your feedback. And if I press open app, it will open the app, and it will open the rating screen where the user can rate it. So he will say that rating on the clarity of communication, let me rate it as 5. Rating on timeline, yeah, it is done on time, so make it as 5. So was the scope well understood? Maybe I will say no. Would you like to recommend us? I will say yes. I will say may need some improvement in scope definition. And if I say submit the form, and if you go back to our app, see that our record is completed. And if you open that and press the rating button, you will be able to see the rating provided by the customer. And similarly, if you look at the listing screen, the current status is completed and the survey status also is completed. So this is what is the app we are going to build. From our next video, let us start step by step from creating the SharePoint list to completing the form, and as well as creating the Power Automate flow and creating the email request with the simple HTML. Everything we will see. Until then,